And what was your reaction when you read the House script?
Well, I for a variety of reasons, I read it in a rather peculiar way, but first of all, I'm a slow reader. Also, they only trusted me with 3 pages. I don't, maybe that's all he'd written at the time, but I was faxed 3 pages. So I was making a film in Namibia in southern Africa at the time, and I got the, and also faxes are rather complicated things down there. So 3 pages was all I got, and it was, I think, one of them was a scene with between House and Wilson, and the other was between House and Foreman. And I think it actually asked me to read for both characters, both for House and Wilson, and I read the character description of Wilson, which was a handsome man with a boyish, open face. Or something to that effect.
I would never have written that.
Something to that effect. So I thought, well, I'm not going to put a lot of work into that character. But the character of House, I was very, very intrigued by. And you can tell, I mean, you know, actors, if they're lucky enough to get sent scripts, read scripts from cover to cover, and they're looking for details from beginning to end. But the truth is, actually, I think most actors get a sense of whether this is something that is going to suit them almost instantly, almost in a couple of pages. Sometimes in a couple of lines, you just think, oh, not only do I like the character, not only am I intrigued by the character, I'm intrigued by the person who wrote this. You get a sense of the intelligence behind it and the attitude behind it. That was my response, and that was just to 3 pages. You know, you do pick up, am I right? You get a sense very quickly. And then when I read the full script, which was not called House at the time, it was the untitled Shore Atanasio project. So I began this thing still not knowing that House was you know, the central character, and which I thought was a very daring move, but I couldn't think of a comparison. I mean, there have been Houseian characters in American dramas before, but they've almost always been peripheral characters, peripheral sort of adjutants to the open-faced boyish heroes. And to put a character as apparently unlikable and apparently problematic as this at the center, I thought was a very bold thing to do. And one of the things I liked about it was that he didn't try to be liked. He didn't try to be liked, and the show didn't try to be liked. And I think that's very likable.